You think fast cars have to look flashy? Think again. These are the top 10 sleeper cars. Ordinary on the outside, monsters on the inside. Silent at idle, savage at full throttle. And trust me, these machines are fast, loud, and criminally underappreciated. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps RevLord keep roaring. This is RevLord. Roar with authority. Coming in at number 10, the Volvo S60R. It hides a turbocharged 2.5-litre inline-5 under a safe, unassuming body, around 300 horsepower AWD grip, 0 to 100 km per hour in approximately 5.7 seconds, with a top speed limited to 250 km per hour. In the used car market, you'll typically find S60RS for roughly $10,000 to $25,000, depending on condition. A Swedish sleeper that's built to handle, not just handle speed, but surprises. At number 9, the MazdaSpeed 6, a 2.3-litre turbocharged inline-4 combined with Mazda's active torque split AWD system. About 270 horsepower, 0 to 100 km per hour in approximately 6.1 seconds. Used market price, expect anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000, depending on age, mileage, and care. This car looks practical, but it's a rocket in a mid-size sedan shell. Number 8, the Saab 9.3 Viggen. That 2.3-litre turbo inline-4 delivers around 230 horsepower and roughly 350 Newton-meters. It does 0 to 100 km per hour in approximately 6.8 seconds, with a 250 km per hour top speed. As for pricing, used Viggens are rare, but you can often find them in the ballpark of $7,000 to $15,000 plus, depending on how clean, original they are. A quirky Swedish sleeper, calm-looking, but very capable. Number 7 is the Dodge Neon SRT4, 2.4-litre turbo inline-4, 230 horsepower, about 339 Newton-meters, 0 to 100 km per hour in approximately 5.5 seconds, tops out at around 247 km per hour. In the used US market, the Neon SRT4 goes for about $7,900 to $21,000 plus, depending on mileage and condition. This little hatch is light, punchy, and built for fun, a pure cheap turbo surprise. Number 6, the classic Porsche 944 Turbo 951. It packs a 2.5-litre turbo inline-4, producing between 217 to 250 horsepower, depending on the variant. Torque sits around 330 to 350 Newton-meters, 0 to 100 km per hour in about 6.5 seconds, with a top speed in the range of 257 to 261 km per hour. On the used market, a 944 Turbo can cost anywhere from $12,000 to $40,000 plus, depending on how well it's been maintained and its condition. A vintage sleeper, Porsche heritage, meets hidden turbo muscle. At number 5, the Chrysler 300 SRT8. It brings a 6.1-litre V8 HEMI with around 425 horsepower and approximately 569 Newton-meters. It hits 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 5.2 seconds and can reach around 274 kilometers per hour. In the used market, you'll generally see these in the $20,000 to $40,000 plus range, depending on year and mileage. A massive luxury sedan, but with the heart of a muscle car. Powerful, loud, unexpected. Number 4. The Pontiac G8 GXP. Under the hood sits a 6.2-litre LS 3 V8, around 402 horsepower and 545 Newton-meters. Roughly 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.7 seconds. Top speed about 249 kilometers per hour. These are less common now, but used prices often land in the $15,000 to $35,000 range, depending on condition and how clean the car is. A full-blown muscle engine in a sleeper family sedan, ideal for someone who wants big power without screaming supercar. Coming in at 3, the Lexus IS F, a 5.0-litre V8 producing approximately 417 horsepower and 505 Newton-meters, going 0 to 100 in about 4.6 seconds and reaching up to approximately 278 kilometers per hour. When new, its base price was around $56,000. On the used market, depending on model year, you can find ISF-type cars for significantly less, though values depend heavily on mileage and condition. It's a luxury sedan, but with a screaming V8 that no one expects. Runner-up at number 2, the Audi S6 C6 with the 5.2-litre V10. It makes about 429 horsepower and 540 Newton-meters, launches 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in approximately 5.2 seconds, and is electronically limited to around 250 kilometers per hour. These V10 Audis are rare, and used values can vary widely. Many examples go for $20,000 to $45,000 plus, depending on mileage and overall condition. A stealthy executive car looks normal but hides a V10 blast under the hood. And at number 1, the Jaguar XFR, a supercharged 5.0-litre V8, pushing out approximately 503 horsepower and 625 Newton-meters. It rockets to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.5 seconds, with a top speed around 280 kilometers per hour. Used market prices vary, but many XFRs land in the $25,000 to $60,000 range, depending on year, mileage, and how well they've been cared for. This is pure sleeper royalty, a refined, luxurious saloon that roars invisibly past everything else. There it is, the top 10 sleeper cars that prove you don't need flashy paint or big wings to be dangerous. Some are turbo compacts, some are big V8 saloons, but all of them have one thing in common. They bite hard when you hit the gas. Which one would you pick? Like, subscribe, and comment below. And remember, roar with authority.